Good afternoon, everybody. Now, I have been asked to do a one-year review on the bandsaw, on the big Harbor Freight bandsaw. So being as I'm just about to put it to use and cut some handle wood, let's go ahead and do that. Now, the overall performance of this machine has been okay. Let's see, first let me tell you about the bad things. The table. The table is cast iron. It is not square. From here and here, it's a sort of a rough casting. So I put it on my big sander, my 6x48, and I got it somewhat better, but it's still not square to where I can put a fence on there and get it really accurate. What I have to do is I take a piece of hardwood and clamp it to wherever I need, which it works, but it's a lot of trouble. And I have a friend of mine, Ryan, good friend, that's got a big milling machine. Is going to try to true up these sides for me. Now, if we can ever get together and get it done, if I can get it sent up there to him. But I've got a lot of work in the shop and have had for a good while now, so which is a good thing. But I sort of can't do without it right now. So the table, the top is okay. The little insert here was recessed down in there. I had to put some tape in there to fill up that gap, which wasn't really ideal, but that's what I had to do for that. So the table, other than not being square, it's okay, but it's irritating because I can build a fence, but if this is not square, that's not square, the fence is not going to be square. Oh, show you one more thing I did to it. The tires, and I'll show you all. If you don't know, I'll show you what the tires are and what they do. Get this out. We'll just take the top off, not the bottom off. But the tires that came on it, these orange pieces here, that's the tires. The ones that came on it, they didn't fit really tight like they should have. So I ordered these and put them in, and I'll try my best to find, I know I did a video on it, I'll find that video and link it down below, and I might even try to put it up as a card. I'm not real good at that editing stuff, but anyway, I ordered a new set of tires and put on there, and now these fit very tight, and I hadn't had any trouble whatsoever. Now, some of y'all might remember when my buddy, I don't want to call him a student, but my young knife making friend was over here. He crashed the saw with the original blade on it, bent the blade, pulled off the top tire, and it was the tire's fault. It actually probably wasn't his fault, but when all that happened, it bent this top wheel right here just a little bit, but it doesn't seem to affect it now. So if you buy one of these machines, I would suggest, before you even use it, go ahead and order you a set of quality tires. They're not much, they're, I think, less than $20 if I remember right. Get you some good tires and go ahead and change those out, and that'll save you some trouble. Now the blade, this is a fine tooth blade. I don't know if it's a metal blade or whatever. I don't want to cut metal on this saw unless I absolutely have to. It's mainly for wood, cutting handles and that kind of thing. And I picked up the wrong one at the store. Is why the fine tooth is in there. I really prefer a little bit more aggressive tooth to rip wood and all that kind of stuff. But it's doing okay. It's doing good for right now. And this is I got it wrote down, 96. 93.5 by 3/8 is what's on here. Now, it'll take up to a 1/2 inch blade, like a resaw blade, and I will get one of those eventually. But for what I'm doing with it right now, that's just fine. Now, and that's just about it. The adjustments on the down here, when you reset them, you just about always got to reset this. And it's a little bit sloppy, but not bad. Now, if you want to do precision type work, this may not be the saw you want, but for the price point, it is, in my opinion, can't be beat. Other than the table and the tires, I'm really pleased with it. And I moved it all over the shop. It's been back up behind me, and it's been over here, it's been over in the corner. So it is a heavy saw, but that's what it's supposed to be. The 1 horsepower motor and the belts and all seem to be just fine. Get everything out of the way. Seem to be just good. Now the bearings in here, if they ever go out, they can be replaced. I can see the numbers. I can't see what they are, but there's numbers on the bearings. You can get new bearings for it. And the bottom pulley looks just like this one. I just don't want to take all that apart. But anyway, overall, I'm very pleased with the machine. It was well worth the money. And compared to splitting handle wood on the bandsaw, on the table saw, much better on here. Much safer. And the bandsaw, the table saw takes up so much, takes away so much material with a big thick blade. And a thin curved blade is a good one. It's over $60. And I cannot bring myself to spend $60 on a saw blade. So these all day long up at Lowe's are, I think, $18, something like that. Not bad at all. And they'll last a long time as long as they don't get crashed or twisted or something like that. Anyway, there you go. That is the 1 year review. I'm happy with it. Put this back on right now. Oh, and one more thing, it's got a vibration when you put this in there, a rattle that'll aggravate you. If you don't mind the rattle, ain't no big deal. But it fell out when I took this off. I just take a little piece of cardboard and stick in between there, and that'll buffer that little rattling. And of course I put my sticker on top of the Harbor Freight sticker. So there you go. 1 year review on the bandsaw. I'm happy with it, and one day I will get this table situation taken care of. And I cannot find an aftermarket table to go on it, so I've already looked for that. If I could find one that would fit as far as the bottom end, just where it mounts, I would get it. But anyway, it's time to clean this up before I use it much more. Gotta clean it up, steel wool it down good, re-wax it so everything slides nice and even. And that's it. Once again, if you're thinking about getting one of these, the main thing is the tires and this table. Other than that, it's a good tool. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you for your support. And I will see y'all next time with something else.